cruel and unusual punishment. All that and more now on Graph's Grievances. While Americans were nursing their Thanksgiving hangovers, one of America's most high-profile inmates was nearly stabbed to death at a federal prison in Arizona. Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer convicted of murdering George Floyd, was attacked by a fellow inmate and seriously injured before being rushed to a hospital for treatment. Chauvin, who is currently serving a sentence of just over 2 decades for also violating Floyd's constitutional rights, is understandably not a sympathetic figure. Forever ingrained in our collective memory will be that gruesome video of Chauvin, who is white, kneeling on Floyd's neck for more than 9 minutes after arresting the black man on suspicion of using a counterfeit $20 bill. Floyd lying face down on the street in handcuffs, pleading for his life, telling Chauvin he could not breathe. Doctors later determining that Floyd's heart and lungs stopped functioning while Chauvin, along with 3 other police officers, restrained him. Yet irrespective of the particular cruelty Chauvin showed Floyd as he ruthlessly murdered the father of 5, Chauvin should never have been stabbed in prison. Such extrajudicial punishment not only violating Chauvin's rights under the U.S. Constitution, but eroding faith in our judicial system and American democracy. Despite the 8th Amendment to the Constitution specifically prohibiting cruel and unusual punishment, America's prisons are ripe with grave human rights abuses. Chauvin, like any other incarcerated person, should be able to serve his or her sentence without fear of retaliation or violence. Yet that was not the reality for Chauvin and many of the other 1.8 million people incarcerated in the United States today. Chauvin's stabbing, the second high-profile attack on a federal prisoner in the last 5 months. Back in July, Larry Nassar, the former sports doctor convicted of sexually abusing Olympic and college gymnasts, was stabbed multiple times at a federal prison in Florida. And a month before that, Ted Kaczynski, who carried out a 17-year bombing campaign that killed 3 people and injured 23 others, died by suicide at a federal prison medical center in North Carolina. Kaczynski's death coming 4 years after the disgraced financier, Jeffrey Epstein, was found dead in his cell at the now closed Metropolitan Correction Center in New York, while awaiting trial on sex trafficking and conspiracy charges. But it's not just high-profile inmates whose lives have recently been cut short or threatened in federal prison. Last year, in the same Tucson facility that was holding Chauvin before he was attacked, an inmate pulled out a gun and attempted to shoot a visitor in the head. The contraband weapon thankfully misfiring and injuring no one. These massive failures only the tip of the iceberg with respect to the problems plaguing America's prisons. According to a March report from the Department of Justice, about 21% of the more than 20,000 federal prisons positions for corrections officers funded by Congress were unfilled. This severe staffing shortage resulting in dozens of escapes, uncontrolled inmate violence, suicides, and deaths. In a desperate attempt to stem the tide, many federal prisons now turning to teachers, counselors, and secretaries to serve as corrections officers despite having only basic security training. Such chaos resulting in rampant sexual abuse and other criminal conduct by staff, according to the AP. The solution to this shameful, unmitigated disaster is without doubt complex and multifaceted. But continuing to ignore this grotesque violation of human rights on American soil will only diminish our ability to advance democracy and human rights around the world. Thank you for watching Graf's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share, and join me tomorrow for more.